this way, and I thought, oh, it's like it's a huge bulldozer or something. And then I thought, oh no, it's not, it's layers of things. It looks like kind of hobo art or beach art.
Okay, it's very reflective of Vancouver and development, and that's kind of a creative way to show the garbage that's left behind or the scrap that's left behind from construction, and now it's made into an art piece.
Maybe something that's like big and destructive can turn into something positive, such as a garden.
I think it's past its use by date. I know that's the point here, but it doesn't do anything for me.
No.
I liked it when it was brand new.
Right.
And I think the artist gets a lot of fun out of it, less so us.
In San Francisco, there was the Pan something expo that they had in 1918, and they built it on all of the rubble from the 1906 earthquake that they pushed into the bay and created some landfill and built this. And they built some of the really lovely pieces, kind of Art Nouveau style, deliberately out of plaster of Paris so that they would deteriorate, and it was the deterioration was part of the intended art. But then by the time they fell apart, like I guess maybe 10 years later, the people of San Francisco loved them so much, they insisted they be rebuilt in concrete and proper, stronger materials. So I like that story. I think that's
society, this is how the future generations are going to end up living. Okay? Their Olympic Village over there, it's a piece of junk that was built, is going to decay and be gone in 15 years.
Think about kind of how things affect the environment and basically the effect things have on the environment, and maybe in future use materials in art that can decompose and can be reused or recycled and stuff like that.
Right. Initially my reaction was I was really confused and perplexed, I guess, about this particular piece of art, and I stopped here mostly because I didn't interpret it as art. I find it to be not stimulating for my eyes and my brain. I think it's actually quite an eyesore, and so I stopped here to read and learn more about it. I like the idea of the sustainable art and something that is like a living, a process and something that's happening, like, and continuously changing. But I really think that I really dislike it. I don't like what it looks like. I find that people who are coming to this area on a regular basis also don't enjoy it. I walk this path on a daily basis, and many tourists stop here and are very confused about this piece of art, and the comments on it are generally quite negative. And so I don't really enjoy looking at it. Also, I wonder, because it's on top of concrete, what really is going to happen when it decomposes. Like, is it going to grow into some kind of garden, or is it just going to be sitting on top of concrete and be a pile of mess? And how long is it going to take for it to decompose? It's also behind this like wire fence, which I think also just detracts a little bit from the natural beauty of the surrounding area.
So kind of fast food art. It's like McDonald's, you eat and then throw to the garbage.
I think that's definitely a symbol of life. I don't know about our society. I think our society likes to pretend that things are permanent, but in fact they aren't. Yeah.
I don't know, it's just, it looks odd, like the position where it's in the city, because everything around it's so like clean, architecture wise, and then it's in the beginning, like through the pictures, it was like really like well put, everything in place, and they just expected it like to be like that, I think, or just become soil in the end. Everything returns to what it was in the beginning somehow. It's like, because right now like there's grass even on top of it.
Yeah.
So it's like the land is almost like Coburn. So it's like, I don't know.
Probably one day it will disappear and all the rest of
Yeah.
Vancouver.
Probably
will
that
still-
was the idea.
And you think this piece of art could change something?
If people stop and think about it. But they don't. They're too busy looking at the Olympic Village or going to the Olympics instead of stopping and saying, hey, don't spend the money like that. Start looking after the public schools, the future generations. It's not. It's the money people getting more money now.
We can use something.
I don't know, we just get all